So another update, right. So this is going to be what a forest garden, food forest, whatever those bloody permies call it. Bloody permies. Anyway, so the plan is to, they're all macadamias there, right? I planted them 10 odd year ago, so they've got a good bit of nut on it. You'll see a nice ficus there. So a lot of shade. There's all my pots and stuff. I had to clear it out, and this is where they all ended up. They won't be staying here. So sort of the shade pattern of that ficus there, the fig tree, that'll be all garden beds under there. So obviously all low light plants, and then it'll swing around here. I'll just back up a little bit so we can swing around here. So it'll swing around here, across the front of this multipole here on a nice sweeping curve, maybe like a 10-meter radius type thing, and then come down here and line up somewhere around here. So around here, it'll line up with the edge of the shed. Now the shed isn't square with the house, which will undoubtedly perturb me for the rest of my existence, but nonetheless, this will be the edge. So this will be, we've got a lot of sandstone blocks here, so this will be like a sandstone block. So that will match those garden beds over there on the side of the road. Also are all lined with sandstone blocks, just rough cut blocks, obviously off cuts from building sites and stuff that we've collected over the years. And then this section down here, from like that wooden peg into like where the shade falls, this will all be productive gardens. That sort of kit out here, maybe some flowers, and then there'll be a lot of chook area in there, because there'll be a chook pen in there, and some low light herbaceous type plants, and obviously a lot of taller tree structure, brush type, bush type plants as well, to fit in with the sort of food forest ideal, I guess. It wasn't planted to be a food forest, it was planted to be a little mini orchard, so you just deal with what you got. As we go through, there'll be restrictions on what we can and can't plant because of some of its high shade. As you can see, there's another significant ficus there that creates a massive shade, but it has weed growing underneath it, and if it's got weed growing underneath it, that means things grow under there, it gets enough light, so something will grow under there. Oop, take that finger away, Jody. Good work. So as we go down here, that shit bark will just get spread out. Look, I don't have the finances to do compost, degraded mulch, but I do have a lot of chickens, I do have a lot of chip bark, and I do have time. So add that to horse manure and whatever else I can grab along the way. This will all become quite productive down here eventually. This is the path, so basically the, what do you call that thing? The gardens there will end up about where this chip bark is, and this will eventually be a gravel path that goes down to my work shed. And that tank you see right in front of you there is split about a third of the way from the top, so it'll be getting cut down somewhere around here, and that'll become a swimming pool for my kids, and the top half will be raised garden beds. May as well use it. I'm trying to stay away from plastic, but it's here, it exists, so no point wasting it, right? That tank's fine, needs a bit of clear out around the bottom there, and the grey tank you can see over the back, I will get relocated over to go on that old council structure over there. And what we're doing here, undecided yet. Gets a lot of sun, and obviously significant water collection off the shed. So we're not sure what we're going to do, but eventually there'll be a little picket fence or a timber fence that'll go down here. We'll shut off from the garage to the red shed, and the idea will be that area down there will be workspace, employees, that type of stuff, and this area up here will be family only sort of thing. So there's delineation between what's an employee area and what's a non-employee area. Just makes it easy for everyone. Right, so I suppose as you can probably see here, look at this. This is a not doing too well macadamia tree, but plenty of seed, plenty of pods on there. They come out and flower. They've all been fertilized, so they're all we're just waiting for the nuts to grow now. A little bit of weed on there. So yeah, so that's it. If we have a look down here a bit further, you'll see there's another fig down here. My dad liked his fig trees, and I'm certainly not cutting them down. Almost slipped a bit of profanity in there, didn't I? So I won't be cutting them down. So this will become a shaded area down here, where wander out of there. This will be where our little workbench, our little lunch area will be out here under a nice shaded tree. Dam's just down there past the bamboo. As we walk through here, you can see lots of low light weed on the ground. Lots of low light ground cover. It's not really weed because I don't have a problem with it being here. Oh, again with the finger, Jody. Ah, right. So there we've got a eucalypt. I remember we planted that when our horse was just born. We used to have a horse paddock here, believe it or not. Wandered down the back one day and found one of our wild brumbies that runs around here had a foal. So we carried her up here, and I carried her up here. And we had a yard pegged out through here. I remember that quite fondly. She was a very nice horse then, very friendly, very lovely. Now doesn't want to bar me. So women, eh? Don't send me a letter. Don't send me an email. Don't. It's just a joke, right? I love women. They're fantastic. My life would be empty without them. So as you can see, there's another taller, skinnier ficus over there, right on the dam bank, so it can stick its roots in the dam and make sure the dam leaks properly. A bit of bamboo. The bamboo will be getting split and moved because it's a bit too close to the road and a bit too far from where it needs a screen. So there's a lot of work to be done down here. You can see I've already started spreading the chip bark. It's a bit rough, or as my dog would say, it's a bit rough. No? Yeah, you like that? Dad jokes, yeah. Got lots of them. Right, so as you can see, it's all just chip bark under here at the moment. So there's been really no addition of any sort of planting material in here. This will break down. I've got to clear that out under that tree, haven't I? So this will all just get leveled out. I won't pull too much of the stick out of it because I don't really care. Like, it's not, I'm not going to be mowing under here. I'm not going to be doing high productive gardens under here. And if I do have tree crops under here, well, they're going to be dropping stick as well. So it can just stay here. It can just rot down. Yeah, so I guess that's the kind of project I'm working on at the moment. Oh, I meant to show you. So either just somewhere here or over on this edge here, I'll be putting the chook pen. So it's not a real big chook pen, and it'll get sun most of the time. And the idea is at night it'll be out in the sun. Well, what would be out in the sun? Obviously at night there's no sun, even here in Australia. But during the day it'll be sunny and it'll be warm in winter, and I'll make sure it's got enough ventilation so that in summer it's not unbearable for the chickens to be in. Otherwise in summer they'll be out and they'll be about here. Plenty of shade, plenty of sun for them to go in. Plenty for them to scratch around and run through here, and this will be our I guess our pet birds, I guess, our pet chickens. So when I tend to rescue birds, or people come to me and say, I'm moving, I've got 5 chickens, what do I do with them? And so, well, look, just bring them down here, they can live down here, and then they die as they die. This is where they can tend to come to go. They tend to come in here. Well, they will do anyway. At the moment they go in our backyard, but that's working out inconvenient with garden beds and the manor, and they like to take a little dump on the veranda, and it's a bit of a pain in the butt to get it all off. So they'll be moving out here. They'll be much more comfortable out here, and I'll be much more comfortable because there's a couple of roosters amongst them, so they'll be a little less noisy, a little less intrusive. That's that eucalypt there, interestingly, it's not the camera tilt. After we had the cyclone here, that got a bit of a tilt on it, a bit of a lean on it, so that's probably going to fall over at some point. Fortunately, or unfortunately in some parts, it's probably going to take out a bit of that bay tree that's beside it. But fortunately, it's leaning away from all these gardens and leaning across the road over there where there's no vehicles. I used to have my truck parked down there, but I don't anymore. So who knows when it'll go. But I suspect we'll either come home and it'll be fallen over, or we'll hear a big crash and be like, what was that? And we'll wander around the yard until we find it falling over. And yeah, so no planting under there. No chickens under there, no fences under there. We'll wait. Could be a year, could be 10 years. Don't know. Either way, I don't want to be under it when it falls. So this area just here as it comes up through here, and I'll move some of this chip bark all around here, is the drain. So that water that catches on that little pad there where the cars are, that'll run around here. There'll be a little drain through here, and then it'll pop out here somewhere, and then it'll run down there through past the eucalypt. There's a big clump of bamboo over there, and there's all bananas and stuff that are going down through there, so it'll half get filtered as it goes down through there, and then you can see the back of the dam there. There's another dam over here. It'll run into the dam, and yeah, so we've got some sort of drainage here, so the whole yard doesn't end up a big quagmire when we get rain, because we get rain here, we get a lot of rain, and at periods we get a lot of rain in a very short period of time. So got to have drainage, whatever you do. So a little bit of a Kath and Kim coming out at me there. I may even fit some keyholes in here, and then run some drains down through here just to help expedite the flow of water away. Or I may have them sort of, run as a swale type, not a swale. Again, I don't need the letters or the emails or the comments. A swale type of system where they'll, what would be the word I'd be looking for? Let's just say they'll spread the water out amongst these tree crops here and what I plant in here. So it'll get used mostly in here rather than just flow down to the dam. So, hopefully I didn't ramble too much. Hopefully that gave you some information. And this is what I'm working on, and I'll try to give you daily, weekly updates of what I've done. That might spur my buttocks into action more if I have someone waiting for some updates. So tell me what you think. I'm happy to receive constructive criticism. If you're going to tell me anything about permaculture ethics or anything like that that doesn't directly relate to what I'm doing here, just don't, right? I'm not one of these people that's going to argue with you online about ethics, permaculture ethics, what I'm doing here. This is designed to fit in with this household, what's already existing, what we have, the financial situation that we're constrained by, as well as the time-wise with young children, a farm to run, right? So this is what I think is the most important thing that perhaps too many people who have a belief in permaculture, certainly not many permaculture teachers, but certainly people who talk about permaculture a lot, is they forget that everyone has constraints. Not everyone is a free bird with nice packets of middle-class money up their sleeve, where they can do what they want, when they want, how they want. So, right, so that's my little rant. So bringing on the constructive criticism. If you've got ideas, certainly if you've got ideas about plants, what I can put in here, what might do well and what might not do well. Also with spacing, companion planting, what's the other word I'm looking for? What do you call it when you've got those little sets of plants? I forget. Anyway, you probably know what I mean. So anyway, have a bonza day. It's beautiful here. I mean, it's what, high 20s? Cracking day. God, I live in an awesome place. Anyway, have a good one. Ciao.